This week, the City of Lights is set to shine once again with the opening of the Paralympic Games in Paris. 220 athletes will represent Team USA. 184 countries take part, competing in 22 different sports. CBS's Elaine Cobbe reports how Paris has been getting ready.
When it bid for the Olympic and Paralympic Games, Paris promised the city would be accessible for all before the opening ceremony. The newly built Olympic and Paralympic Village has been hailed by the organisers and advocacy groups as a success story, with its accessible buildings and multi-sensory signage. But outside the village, it's been a challenge to make the 2,000-year-old city more manageable for people with disabilities. The authority spent a lot of money improving the situation, including making all public buses and trams wheelchair accessible, increasing audio messages on public transport to identify stations, and making more street crossings easier for people with mobility, vision or hearing impairments. Paris officials say they believe they have radically transformed the city for these games. But Paris 2024 volunteer Elaine Cobbe begs to differ. It's a bit complicated, she says, especially public transport accessibility, because there are a lot of metros we can't take. Just 3% of metro stations are wheelchair accessible, and they're all on the one new line. New apps are being developed, including one to help visually impaired people find their seats on a train.
The user use the smartphone as a scanner, look around, and they find the door to enter the train. From there, they launch the guidance because they entered the number of the seat, and the application is going to calculate the shortest path to go to the seat.
And Elaine Cobbe knows some of the changes are only temporary. And after the Games, she says it will be a nightmare once again, because we will have to take public transport, buses. Sometimes when the ramps don't work, we have to wait for another bus, she says. So it takes a while. It takes organisation. Elaine Cobbe, CBS News, Paris.